Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
This is not our usual residents' meeting. As you can see, nobody is here with the board and Scott. But since we're still restricted in how many people can gather together, this proved to be the best method we could find. The board had hoped to do this live, but we did not have the technical equipment necessary. I've taken my mask off so that you can hear me clearly. We will not be having any reports from department managers. There will be a financial report and an important report from Scott. During the past 15 weeks, we have been in a fellowship of suffering. For some people, this has been more difficult than others. The sociability that we came to Heatherwood to experience has been denied us. But we have done what was demanded of us, and as a result, we had only 3 cases of COVID-19, and no one was hospitalized or died. We can take pride in how well we coped with the situation. We did have some deaths during these weeks, but they were not from the virus. I'd like to speak about our staff. I cannot emphasize enough the role that the staff played in serving us and keeping us safe. Our maintenance staff must have walked miles every day, picking up and delivering our mail, packages, memos, grocery orders, picking up our garbage, and when necessary, doing a modified wellness check, all at the same time trying to keep up with their regular maintenance work. The housekeeping staff were here every day, sanitizing door railings, door handles, light switches, and vacuuming hallways to keep us free of any virus. Our office staff worked every day, manning the phones with more than the usual number of calls. They also made sure that all the grocery orders that had been left at the front desk were delivered to where they had to go to the residents' homes. Security was here every night, and in fact, one person stayed the whole day in the building in case of an emergency. Though we could not deliver meals the first couple of weeks, we received care packages and a catered dinner. Meal delivery restarted, and within 3 weeks, the wait staff was delivering 5 meals a week. We are planning to increase the number of meal deliveries. Scott will tell you more about that. There is no doubt that without the wonderful staff we have at Heatherwood, we would have been in an unthinkable place. I am asking you to remember how loyal and hardworking all the staff were and still are when we begin collecting the staff Christmas fund. As I already said, if without them, we could not have continued to live here. I'm sure there are a number of things that we did not get to, especially in the first few weeks of the lockdown. Please remember, it was a huge job organizing Heatherwood, and Scott, along with the board, were learning every day how to do that. If we appeared to ignore your requests or suggestions, it was not that we did not listen or pay attention. It was because there was a valid reason not to follow through. There was never enough time to explain everything to everyone, but I do apologize if you felt that you were slighted. That was not our intent. Though we may have missed some things, we have learned many lessons, and God forbid we have a second wave in the fall. We are well prepared for it. I would be very remiss if I did not talk about our executive director, Scott McClellan. 10 days before the lockdown, Scott had the first of 2 surgeries on his ankle. 6 weeks later, he had second surgery. From the first surgery to this day, Scott has been here at Heatherwood, doing everything in his power to keep us safe, organize everything that had to be done by our staff, answering dozens of calls from residents and from family members, all of them important to the person calling. Scott was in constant contact with the Yarmouth Board of Health, who were advising him on the governor's directives. No one could have cared more or done more for us than Scott has done. His every waking moment has been spent trying to make this difficult time easier for us, at the same time trying to keep us safe from the virus. Scott has done all this while he has been in a wheelchair, a torturous brace on his ankle and leg, now it's a nice large dressing, and a smile on his face. We can never thank you enough, Scott, for all you have done for us. The board would like to thank those who made encouraging comments, and which helped us greatly to feel that we were hopefully doing the right thing. Now we must remain vigilant, following the governor's directives so that we can all at Heatherwood remain healthy and free of the virus. I will now ask Marcy Stanton to give a financial report.
Thank you, Shelley. Hello, everyone. Although you don't think my voice is loud enough?
Well, I don't think it.
So, hello, everyone. Although you can see us, we can't see you, and I'm sorry we can't, but hopefully that will be before too terribly long. I'd just like to take a second to piggyback on something Shelley said, and again, in reference to our executive director. The numbers that I'm going to share with you right now are outstanding, and therefore I want you to understand that the reason they're good numbers is because of everything Scott has done for us and continues to do for us. For the month of April 2020, our income was $404,630. Our expenses were $328,955, including $20,654 accrued in reserves, giving us a net income of $75,675. Year to date, our income is $1,640,899. Our expenses are $1,498,548, including $82,632 accrued in reserves, giving us a net income of $142,351. We ended the month with $488,917 in operating cash and $291,097 in reserve cash. Thank you. Thank you.
Scott
Good day.
will give you a report.
What's, I'm sorry?
I just said Scott will give a report.
I'm sorry. Good day to everyone. I don't know when you're going to see it. It's going to be morning, afternoon, or evening, so I'll say good day. I'd like to start off, first of all, to pick up what Mrs. Spector was on. It's to the thank yous. I get very emotional. Sorry. I get very emotional when I talk about the people who stood beside me and with me through this crisis. I know Mrs. Spector, Mrs. Spector and Mrs. Stanton said it all, that how I am and what I did. But anybody who's ever been in this position or in a management position know they're only as good as the people underneath them. And I want to know that. I can't say it enough about your maintenance staff, how these kids went out every day and took a chance of getting sick. They didn't know what we had in here, who had it, where it was, but they come in every day with me and said, what do you need us to do? Under the direction of Tim, their supervisor, they went out and tackled the daily tasks. So I can't thank them enough. I can't thank the front desk enough. Once again, coming in every day, don't know what they're up against, but they came, they stood with us, beside me, with me, and through it with me, and I was able to get us through this. Housekeeping, as Mrs. Spector said, they went down every day, sanitizing the elevators, any place that any outside visitors came into, your door handles, your hallways, your trash rooms. It's just overwhelming to know that we here at Heatherwood have this fantastic staff that you can't forget them. I apologize. So that being said, the security, the administration, the receptionists, all of them. And now we have the dining room staff back, the cooks are in. They are now able to give you your 5 meals a week, which you're getting delivered to your home. And we will gonna move forward. As I get into my report, I'll tell you where we are and where I plan to be in the next couple of weeks. Right now, as you know, we have our nurse back, our lovely nurse Ruth's back downstairs by appointments only. The beauty parlor is open by appointments only. The outside patio is open. You could probably see it on Tuesday and Friday nights, how much enjoyment is being taken and how people are happy again outside, getting to talk to their fellow residents and homeowners. The mailroom is open on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Right now, you can come down and get your meal on those days on your scheduled times. Beginning July 6th, you will be receiving 7 meals a week, options. You will be able to sign up for 7 meals a week if you chose to do so. As of July 1st, you will have 75 meal credits in your bank, 50 of which the trustee was kind enough to support us and give me the ability to give you 50 meals to put in your credit for the meals that you couldn't enjoy down the dining room on those 3 weeks. I think that's extremely generous on the 50 meals. So July 1st, you will have 75 meals in your bank, 50 of which have been from the previous months. If you in a home uses 23 meals, you cannot carry those additional 2 meals over to the next month. So the 25 is the key number here. You have to understand that if you don't use them, I cannot bank, just like we did in the previous years here at Heatherwood. Now, if you use 35 meals in a month, the remainder 10 meals will come off your bank. And now you will have 40 meals left remaining in your bank. And this is so you can use up your 50 meals that you had credit. So if you have your family of 2 and they gotta get meals every day, we feel this is the most fairest way to be able to serve everybody here. So beginning July 6th, your menu for that week will say on it, which is a Monday, will have you 7 options for 7 days. You can opt out, you don't have to order it, or you can order for 7 days, that's totally up to you. We in the front desk will keep track of how many meals you used, so we will have an idea where you stand in 2 months down the road or a month down the road. We can be able to give you your exact amount of you have on your mail bank. If you have any questions, comments, suggestions of anything in this meeting, I ask you to get them to the front desk in writing, and I will post your questions, your statements, your comments on Channel 3. So everybody can read your questions. Hopefully you will get involved, ask questions to the Board of Trustees or myself or anyone at any department heads, so we can keep you up informed what's going on. But I encourage you to come forward with your questions, your comments, or your suggestions, so we can post them on Channel 3. Also on July 6th, the transportation to Stop and Shop only on Station Ave. That's the only stop we're gonna do. We're gonna do 3 trips out a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 10 a.m., 12 p.m., 2 p.m. Those 3 trips will be organized by the 2 drivers, Jackie and Dennis, our lovely drivers that we have. They will give you the instructions of what you need, what you can't do, and what you can do. I'm asking you now, nicely, please don't ask them to take you to CVS, the liquor store, or any other place. We have to think about the other residents here. The van is limited. I can only put 3 folks in it at a time. So if you get a big van with 3 folks in it, 3 trips a day, that's 9 people. That's gonna give me a total of 35 folks a week. So I'm asking you kindly and nicely, please don't ask them if you can take you over to the bank or take you here, take you there. We gotta think about your fellow residents here that we have to get back to serve them. The trash room is gonna open up on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I'm sorry, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. The trash rooms will be open on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 7:30 to 4:30 in the afternoon. Therefore, you can take your trash to the trash room, dispose it yourself like we're used to doing. The maintenance personnel will not be picking up your trash at your door effective July 6th. It's up to you to now take your trash to the trash room and dispose of it. Also, the recycling bin will be open for you. I can't do it on the weekends, and I can only do it those days, because those days I can assure you that I can sanitize them properly so anybody doesn't get sick in the future. This is a big concern of mine. I know I'm a fanatic, but I'm sorry. That's the way we're gonna move forward with caution. I want to stay safe, everybody, keep my staff safe, keep the residents safe here, and my main concern is keeping everybody safe and healthy. Excuse me a second. The library is gonna open up July 6th. I spoke to Mrs. Donlin and worked out a schedule with Mrs. Donlin. Tuesdays and Thursdays. So when you come down for your meal, the library's right beside it. The library will be open for you to go in, drop books off, and take books. You cannot sit in there and read a magazine or sit there and read a book. All I ask that you go in, take a book, or deposit a book in a box that we set up there for you to leave your book that you return in a box so we can sanitize them before they go back up on the shelf. Once again, if you have any questions, any suggestions, any comments, please call the front desk and I will get back to you. So I'm just going to go back on the mail program so everybody understands it. As of June 30th, you're going to have 50 meals in your bank. That's what everybody's going to start off fresh with, 50 meals. July 1st, you're going to move up to 75. The 75 meals, the trustees were kind enough to give us additional 5 meals to each resident. So instead of having 20, you'll get 25 meals per month, per unit. That will offset, hopefully, the lunches that we used to have here, 2 for 1. I cannot do that right now, and hopefully, back in the future to come, we might be able to put a program together where we can offer that again, but right now, it doesn't look well. As far as the dining room open up, that's going to be long in the future. I am personally in no hurry. I hope the trustees are in no hurry to open up the dining room until I know we can do it very safely. If it does open, and when it does open up, the max I'm going to sit in there, can seat in there at one time at the regulations today will be 60 in those 3 rooms. So I will coordinate with the trustees, timing and how we're going to go ahead and what times we're going to be able to offer dinner for you. Everything's going to be labeled as dinner, so there's no more lunches, but we will have a lunch time to do it. 12 o'clock we'll serve, but you're going to be a full-size meal that you used to get at dinner. So hopefully I was able to answer your questions or let you know where we are. But to me, it all looks good where we're going. I feel extremely comfortable, safe. The roads that we've been down, and hopefully the roads that we're going to come upon, we can continue as we have been on a safe, very safely manner. It's very, very critical, not only for the 200+ residents, but it's also the 50+ staff members I have working here. So until then, I wish us all stay safe. Please stay safe and happy. And once again, if you have any comments or questions or suggestions, please feel free to call the desk and I will get back to you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Scott. It's wonderful to know that we are moving forward slowly, safely, and we'll all be able to say we came through this together. Do you want the call, Scott, or do you want people to leave the questions in writing?
I'd rather have them in writing. I would
Okay.
prefer in writing so we have them, so we can take that question and put it right up on Channel
Okay.
3 for the people to see the questions and along with the response where we get it from.
So the request is that if you have any questions, comments, suggestions, ideas, please do it in writing. Leave it at the front desk. Scott and if the board needs to, we will discuss it, get back with a reply, which will also be on Channel 3 so that everybody can see the question and see the answer to the question. I don't know how we will proceed in the next few months if we still cannot meet and the restrictions are still on. We will possibly do this again if it works out well. This is the first time and we have to see how this works. So I thank you for listening to us. I hope everybody, as Scott says, stays well and takes all the precautions we're supposed to take. If we do what we're asked to do, and listening to the comments of Dr. Fauci yesterday, it is quite the acceptable scientific proof that wearing the mask and social distancing keeps us safe. And that's what we did, and that's why we are safe, and everybody who's been here all the time knows that we did what we had to do. Thank you all very much for listening to us, and we hope to see you all around at different things. Now, if anybody from the board would like to make any comments, they've all sat here and listened. Nobody, no comments?
Well, I will.
Certainly.
Yep.
George Delaney.
I'm one of the newest, I am the newest board member, so I would like to say I've been very impressed with this board, and I'd like to thank Shelley for a very, very comprehensive summary today of where we've been and what we're doing. I think that was excellent.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. And Scott, I'm sure you know by now, has been heroic, and we're all grateful to Scott for all his efforts. So, thank you.
I apologize for getting so emotional, but when certain things affect me that way, I'm sorry. I speak from my heart, and everything comes from my heart. So I apologize once again for my emotions.
You don't have to apologize for that.
No,
No, you do not.
Scott, it was expressing what we all felt.
Exactly, yep.
Question, to clarification, Scott. We talked about bringing a written thing down to the front desk. As of right now, the front desk is off limits. So should they write them down and put them outside to be picked up?
They can do it.
Or call the desk and have them write them up for them?
The folks have been coming down with mail that has to go out or something that's important that has to be typed. They've been leaving it along the column outside where the sign is says no residence beyond this point. They've been leaving them there, and the reception's been picking them up and doing the right thing.
Terrific. Okay,
So
thank you.
whatever's easier, but the folks, the receptionists will stop them and ask them to put it there. But we have been accepted.
You want to mention a new email address too? Could that be a venue for
Yes,
a
yeah,
method of?
great idea. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, Mr. Dade. Mr. Dade, just remind me, the front desk now has an email address. It's frontdesk@heatherwoodkingsway.com. That's frontdesk@heatherwoodkingsway.com. And you can also send your comment that way. The receptions at the front desk will get them to the right personnel or the right trustee to get your answer back to you, either on your comment, your question, or your suggestion.
Is that .net or .com?
.com. .com.
Anybody else have anything to make?
I do, yeah. You might want to mention the pool and the decision that we reached.
Yeah, Mr. Delaney just reminded me about the swimming pool. Will not be open this year. We got several letters from the Commonwealth of Massachusetts with exactly what has to be done to keep the swimming pool open. We felt that the few people that we think will be in the pool, it wouldn't be feasible to open it this year. So the swimming pool will not be open this year, the year of 2020. We will be back in the year of 2021. But right now, the pool is closed for the year.
Thank you, everybody. And I'll call this residents meeting, quotes, adjourned.
Thank you. Thank